Thank you very much, Manfred. Hello everyone. My name is Huzaifa Saadat, and I will present safety-related concepts that have been released in Release 2011. I'm the speaker of Working Group Safety in the AUTOSAR Consortium, and as you see on the agenda, would take a look at three concepts from safety perspective. The first one being system health monitoring, the second one being the RS safety, and the third one being deterministic sync. Starting off with system health monitoring, the idea behind system health monitoring is to have a platform agnostic health monitoring mechanism, as shown in the figure on the right. The concept realizes system-wide coordination of health statuses and errors. It is based on a master-client topology, where the client sent platform-specific health, and the master calculates and propagates health indicators, for example, performance, reliability, and subsystem, as shown at the bottom of the picture. The granularity of health indicators might be different levels. For example, subsystem level, it might be at a feature level, it might be at a domain level or a vehicle level. At the end, this information might be helpful for entities such as vehicle state manager to perform specific machine recoveries, such as moving a machine in the degradation mode. And I would probably sum up this concept by saying that it is a platform-independent mechanism to monitor the health of machines across the vehicle. Moving on to the next concept, RS safety, namely. In the last release, we just had, as you see on the picture on the right side, explanatory safety overview, which was a good starting document for functional safety engineers in the domain of AUTOSAR, specifically adaptive AUTOSAR. We had developed only the adaptive AUTOSAR part in the last release. And the idea was to have those very generic high-level safety requirements that are described in RS main, which is basically the main top-level document in AUTOSAR, to a more concrete thing or a more concrete safety requirements. And then from those high-level requirements, we derived functional safety requirements and technical safety requirements. And then we realized that this is just an explanatory document, and an explanatory document might not be taken as seriously for standardized or for implementation as a proper RS document with requirements. So the idea was just to have our goals or safety element out of context, which we treat the adaptive platform currently, and maybe also in the future, the classic platform, in safety overview document. But this RS safety document, which you see in the picture in the middle, is then a very concrete requirements document, which has then functional safety requirements and technical safety requirements. And these requirements are towards each function cluster in adaptive platform, so that they could realize or trace up to these requirements. So far, we've only managed the adaptive platform part, and hopefully in the upcoming releases, we will also concentrate on classic platform, though they're already quite stable, and there is still a debate and a question whether we should move those stable documents into RS safety and have a separate explanatory safety overview document for classic platform. So to sum it up, I would say this RS safety document is the single most important document for AUTOSAR functional safety engineers. Moving to the next slide and the next concept, it is the deterministic sync. So deterministic synchronization is was already implemented in, on the right-hand side, you see on the top in bold, the specification where it was implemented, SWS Execution Management, has a dedicated chapter for time determinism and data determinism, but its realization was probably not the best or was not so achievable. And the idea with deterministic sync concept was to provide support of redundant execution with multiple deterministic clients, as you can see on the pictures on the right-hand side. Then the second thing was that we wanted to describe the synchronization behavior and requirements for cyclic activation. For this, we had to practically implement, or we had to make use of already existing time sync in the context of deterministic client. This is also a very good thing that you can see in AUTOSAR, how different ideas or concepts come together for a better safety perspective. Then the time resources themselves are secured through IAM, Identity and Access Management. So this is basically, again, a great concentration, as Rinat also mentioned, from the consortium itself, that we have safety and security relevant requirements or realizations. This concept itself also provides an initial guidance on the usage of software lockstep and supports different use cases, from a very simple use case, as you see on the right, the first, or on the top, the first picture, single domain deterministic synchronization. Then you've got cross-domain deterministic synchronization, and then finally it could be a very wide range of determinism by centralized and distributed deterministic sync master. So I would conclude this concept as realization of time determinism in adaptive platform. And yeah, that kind of concludes my presentation. If you have any questions related to AUTOSAR in general, then please put your questions into slido.com. You also see the link or banner where you can add your questions. So thank you very much. And with this, I will hand it over to Adrian.